This week has flown by, hasn't it? Man, we are already at Thursday. And yeah, you know what? We're going to have more new releases coming out tomorrow on Friday. This is one of our fun weeks where we have Wednesday and Friday new releases. I always look forward to those weeks, especially when one of them is Crown Royal basketball. Yeah, because I love that. Well, I love Crown Royal. It's going to be the first time we've had it in basketball. Gosh, I don't know when, like maybe 8, 9 years, like a long time. Okay, so we're taking a quick look at some Leaf Greatest Hits stuff. This is before we get into tonight's break. Basically, guys, it's this. We're trying to sell this directly by way of chat and messages. We're not making a lot of headway. I'm going to give it a couple more days. If we don't get where we need to be, then this will either go up on eBay or it will change to a fixed price random team configuration. But this break that you see right now, that is for one box of 2017 Leaf Greatest Hits Baseball, because 2018 is not out yet. We'll also open 1 gold and 2 silver VIP packs from the recent convention. You can see, of course, the teams, their prices across from them. The ones that are spoken for have a username next to them. If someone is not familiar with the Leaf Greatest Hits products, guys, these have awesome hits in them. I mean, there are 4 buyback cards in each of these boxes. So you're not talking about cards made by Leaf here. They do usually have an original Leaf card in there, but the 4 buyback cards, you're talking about stuff from Topps and Panini and Upper Deck and like high-end stuff generally. So this one, of course, is 1 case of 2018 Leaf Greatest Hits Football, full case. It's break number 1. We'll also open 3 gold and 5 silver VIP packs. We've made a little more progress on this one, but still a long ways to go. And finally, it's Leaf Greatest Hits Basketball. Just came out a week or so ago. And 3, same thing. 3 gold, 5 silver VIP. We've made virtually no progress on this one. The only difference with this and the others is that there will be in each box a guaranteed a Leaf original autographed card. And that autographed card will either be like LiAngelo Ball, LaMelo Ball, or Kyle Kuzma for the Lakers. It will be one of those 3 people. So that's how that works. If you're interested in any of those teams, all you need to do is send me a message over through eBay and tell me which teams you're interested in. I'll get you plugged in. Now, moving on to tonight's info. First up, a little note about feedback. That is simply to let you know that my feedback is always automated, and that's so you don't ever have to wait on me. So as soon as you leave positive feedback for me, you're going to instantly get it in return. And the second thing, of course, is to say thanks. Yeah, right? Because I appreciate you guys and gals. I'm glad that you show up and bid and break and chat with me and keep me company. So thanks for spending part of your evening with me. We are looking right now at breaks that are already listed on eBay that are coming up over the course of the next several days. So tomorrow night, we have got loads of memorabilia. The first 3 breaks are from the recent national show. They're exclusive editions that were made for the show. It's an autographed basketball, an autographed batting helmet, and an autographed full-size football helmet. We will also open our last full case of Elements football, another case of Clearly Authentic baseball tomorrow night, and Crown Royal basketball. It comes out tomorrow, and we're going to bust into it tomorrow night, and I'm so excited. I cannot wait. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be so awesome. On Saturday, a Hit Parade triple play box. Those are kind of cool. They have 3 autographed items in them. This one will have an autographed baseball, an autographed baseball jersey, and then an autographed picture of a baseball player. And we will follow that up with a 2-case break of Unparalleled Football. So instead of the 8-box case like we did on release night, it will be 2 8-box cases for 16 boxes in total. Sunday, we're going to break another half case of our Leaf autographed football jerseys. It will be the start of a new case on Sunday night. Another case of Clearly Authentic, and we will finish up the Allen and Ginter. So that'll be the last Allen and Ginter break on Sunday night. On Monday, we'll open Gold Rush Series 2 autographed full-size football helmet. We'll open a 2nd case of Crown Royal basketball, yay, and another 16-box 2-case break of Unparalleled Football. Tuesday will be another triple play box, a 7th case of Clearly Authentic, and we will break another case of Topps Chrome Jumbo on Tuesday night. Like we're going to break one tonight, we'll break another one Tuesday. For tonight, this is how it looks. We're starting off with the 4 autographed football jerseys. That will be followed by Clearly Authentic. Then we'll start on the Topps Chrome Jumbo case. So if you are here for Jumbo, I'm going to say that you've probably got about a half an hour, somewhere in that general vicinity, give or take 5 or 10 minutes, but somewhere in that range. A couple of other things you need to know. The free shipping break tonight, which is the autographed football jersey. Free shipping stuff with me, I usually project it to go out 6 or 7 days after the auction ends. Often I can slide those out a few days ahead of time, but to be on the safe side, projecting it to ship out a week from today on Thursday, probably will get it out to you before that realistically. If you don't hit in Leaf autographed jerseys tonight, your consolation card, usually I'm going to hold it since it's a free shipping break, and then I track those for a rolling 90-day period. And then the next time you do pull something, I just gather up all those consolation cards and I ship them off with it. So if you don't want to wait for your consolation card, if you're not the one that hits tonight, just drop me a line over on eBay messages. I'll put it in an envelope, slap stamp on it, and it's good to go. Our paid shipping breaks tonight, that is Clearly Authentic and Topps Chrome. Guys, I'm projecting that to go out on Tuesday, mainly because I know I have an appointment on Monday and I don't know how long it's going to last. So if I can get out of that appointment at a reasonable time, it will go out on Monday. But again, to be on the safe side, I'm projecting Tuesday. Don't have to worry about any kind of consolation cards in Jumbo because that's a full case. Everybody's going to be taking home cards of some sort. If you happen to get skunked in Clearly Authentic, I hope you don't, but if you do, your consolation card or cards, they're going to ship with the rest of the break because that's a paid shipping break. So that's how we're rolling for tonight. And we are then first up, 4 boxes of 2018 Leaf autographed football jerseys, half case break number 8. Everything we're opening tonight ended tonight, Thursday night, the 16th of August, if you can believe that we are already this far into August. And of course, you have the team names there on the left and the user ID of our winning bidders across from each team. Naturally, we're going to put up one of these for every break. So if you don't happen to be in this jersey break, not to worry. You're going to get to see your name up there in lights shortly when we get to your product. Last but not least, I am taking off the manual focus. I don't use it. I don't like it. And when I manually set the focus, it does make the background go out of focus a slight little bit, but not to worry. We're going to be able to see everything. So this is the back half of the case. So we don't have to get all the boxes out and number them and all that jazz because guess what? We already did that on the first half of the case. So we're just going to get into the fun part and get to look and see what we have. So I see Greg is here tonight. He got a package. S&S Design is here, and I sent S&S Design a package today with a nice Jim Palmer autographed jersey in it. I see Steve CMD is here. Randy Pope is here. Amanda is looking for some Mets cards. Darren is here. Amanda is also looking for Ahmed Rosario Mets autograph. Okay, we'll see if we can't make that happen. I did not see the Mets score against the Phillies today, S&S Design. What was it? How crazy was it? I was all about preseason football today, is what I was excited about. I was watching Teddy Bridgewater a while ago to see what he was looking like. So first out is Ronnie Lott. Ronnie Lott was a San Francisco 49er retired guy. And we have a Beckett authentication sticker and a little piece of Beckett paper in there. Matches your authentication sticker. When you get these jerseys, if it's coming to your house, please make sure that you find those little papers before you toss out everything. Because usually those little paper COAs, I fold them up inside the jersey. And if you're anything like me, you're probably going to get it and you're going to be all excited and you're going to grab it out of the bag and like unfold it real quick to see what it's all about. And that little piece of paper is going to go flying. Oh my goodness. So if you want to keep that, make sure that you find it. You knew it was coming one of these days. Oh boy, we knew it was coming one of these days. And there it is. So it's an O.J. Simpson. I don't know how I feel about that, but anyway, there it is. If you're the Buffalo Bills, you have O.J. Simpson, and there is a JSA authentication sticker down there and your JSA authentication paper in there with it. And, well, you know, he was an outstanding football player His off the field stuff, yeah, that's the part that kind of makes me go, whew, I don't know how I feel about that jersey. But anyway, if you have it, I guess you're glad to have the hit, right? Oh, Ben Red says you're here waiting not to hit. Oh, that's awful, man. Don't think that way. No. You got to think you're going to hit. You're going to hit. It was 24-4. The Mets had 24 or the Mets had 4? And Darren, you need a Redskins jersey. Hey, I saw that what happened with Perine? I just heard the commentary a while ago that said Perine went down earlier in the game when I wasn't watching. What's going on with that? Does anybody know? Oh, I don't know who this is. Chris Hamburger. Anybody? I'm going to look it up, but just does anybody know offhand? There's a Leaf Authentication credit card type thing in it. He's a Hall of Famer for somebody. And there is a Leaf hologram sticker. And guys, I got to look this man up because I'm afraid I don't know him. I'm sure somebody's probably typing it into chat to tell me, but I can't see your chat right this second because I'm using the iPad to look this guy up. Let's see what the 411 is because I don't know. I don't know why I don't know him. He's a recent Hall of Fame inductee, so I guess I should know him. Well, he's a Redskin, so whoever wanted the Redskins, there you go. He played his entire 14 years with the Redskins, 1965 to 1978. So whoever was calling for the Redskins a minute ago, well, there it is. Redskins all yours. Buckeye, you are set up in chat. All right, Buckeye for fun. I'm always glad to see new people joining chat. Excellent. Randy, you said it's an ankle sprain, so maybe not too bad then for Perine. I just heard him say that he went down, and I was kind of like, what? That is terrible. Oh, Steelers. Oh, Antonio Brown, baby. We pulled another AB out of here recently on the Bumblebee jersey, but this is on the straight-up regular colors. Or actually, I take that back. The other Antonio Brown was out of TriStar, Game Day Greats. Anyway, there it is. It is a nice Antonio Brown autographed jersey for my Pittsburgh Steelers. You have a Leaf Authentication hologram, and there's your Leaf credit card size COA. So let me pick these others up. That was good English, wasn't it? Lemmy. So let's recap. I have Antonio Brown for the Steelers. I have Chris Hamburger, who I did not know, freely admit, for the Redskins. And I have a friend who's a big Redskins fan, so she would probably be deeply offended that I did not remember that player. But anyway, you have an O.J. Simpson. Yeah, we knew it was coming one of these days. O.J. Simpson for the Bills. In fact, we were talking about it not that long ago because we started pulling Michael Vick stuff again. I said it won't be long till we see OJ. And then Ronnie Lott for the San Francisco 49ers. So it's Bills, 49ers, Redskins, and Steelers. And give me a sec, guys, to get these put up, and we'll move right on down the line. Okay, let's find. There it is. There's our happy little case of Clearly Authentic. And I've got to get our spreadsheet set back up. And now we're ready. If you did not see this a moment ago, please take a minute, review the information you see there on the screen. Talks about the shipping date and consolation cards. Please remember, for Clearly Authentic, if you get skunked in this, you don't have to wait for your consolation cards. It's a paid shipping break, so it will go out with the rest of the break. And this is a 20-box case, 2018 Clearly Authentic Baseball, full case break number 4. Once again, ended tonight, Thursday night, the 16th of August. Team names are on the left, your name up in lights across from it if you're the winning bidder. On the right-hand side, one team in here that has no hits. That's the Tampa Bay Rays. So most of the time, I remember not to list the Tampa Bay Rays. Every once in a while, I'm kind of chuckling because, well, we all know what happens. Every once in a while, I forget. I just get in that groove, you know. I have those teams memorized from a bazillion years of listing them. And so sometimes I forget, and I list the Tampa Bay Rays. And when that happens, I usually will catch it sometime within 24 hours and just end the listing. Sometimes I don't. And if I don't, and you see it floating around up there, feel free to send me a message and tell me that I have forgotten and left the Tampa Bay Rays up there, and I will end the auction and take it down, of course. Because we don't want to have bidding spots up for teams that don't have a possibility of hits. That wouldn't be a very nice way to be, now would it? The other thing that I do from time to time, I did it twice tonight, but I caught it, so that's good, is I'll forget and switch sports occasionally. Like when I turned on the football game, I was listing baseball, and I turned on the football game, and then all of a sudden, the next thing you know, I've listed the Cincinnati Bengals instead of the Cincinnati Reds. Yeah, that's what happened. It's terrible. All right, so somebody told me, I'm going to see if I can do this without cutting my hand off. Somebody told me this afternoon, don't cut the plastic on the boxes one at a time. Hold them in a line and cut them like, you know, whatever, up the side and see if it's easier. So, okay. I didn't cut my hand off, but I also don't know how well it cut the plastic, and I also don't think it's going to be easier. It seems like it's going to take me longer to get the plastic off. Yeah, that's going to take longer. I don't know what happened there. Somebody was trying to help me. I appreciate that, but yeah, it's not going to work. I need to just, not the way I did it anyway. Maybe I should have done it on a bigger, I don't know, something. I saw a redemption already. You know what that means. Of course you do. It means we get an extra hit. Because every time there's another one, every time Topps puts a redemption in here, they also still give us an autographed card. So actually, the more redemptions we find, there's another one. Most products, you don't want them, and this you do. So right now, instead of being a 20-hit break, we're already up to a 23-hit break because I have found 3 redemptions so far. So not too bad. Hey, Philip is here. How are you, Philip? And Toby's here. Hi, Toby. Buckeye for fun. You said, yeah, too bad you didn't have the Steelers in the jersey tonight. The Steelers have been, they haven't come out every case of Leaf jerseys, but they've come out of probably most of them. But of course, you never know which half they're going to be in either. I know we pulled a Terry Bradshaw out of the very first group because I was super excited to pull Terry Bradshaw. So, the first group, I know we had that. And then, of course, the Antonio Brown tonight. And I don't know if there's another one or not. But maybe. Darren's looking to buy the O.J. Simpson jersey. So if anybody, whoever has the Bills and the O.J. Simpson jersey tonight, if you feel inclined to want to sell it, as Darren says, quote unquote, cheap, jump into chat and let him know, or send me a message and let me know, and I could forward it on to him. Something like that. We'll see. But in general, I don't know if anybody's selling that or not. Maybe. Chris, what are you? Oh, Cameron's here too. Cameron says you need a Nolan Ryan, clearly authentic. And Chris is here. You got your friends to bid on $300 worth of teams for clearly authentic. How'd you manage that, Chris? Did you take them out and buy them a bunch of drinks and then say, here's my phone bid? If so, that was quite creative. I like that. K-Dog wants to know if he got a referral bonus. Yeah, no doubt, man. I know, right? We should start instituting a referral bonus, huh? He's a tricky friend. Yeah, Yeah, you never know. You never know. Sometimes it depends on whether or not they hit, right? If they hit, you're going to be their friend. And if they lose, they're going to be like, oh, no, you are not my friend. That's how that stuff goes. Packers are 48, Steelers 22 in the fourth. Oh, good gracious. Well, my Pittsburgh Steelers haven't made much progress on defense then, have they? But Packers are rolling along, so all right, good for the Packers. Number to 75, we're starting off with Rafael Devers and the Red Sox. Coming up next, we have number 225, Don Mattingly. Hey, I like that hit for the Yankees. I think a Don Mattingly to 25 is always a nice thing to see. Then we have Greg Allen coming out for the Cleveland Indians. Austin Meadows to 75 for the Pittsburgh Pirates. For the San Francisco Giants to 99, we have Gomez. For the Oakland A's, it's Dustin Fowler. We see Dustin Fowler come out actually a fair amount. Then we have Ben Gamel on the Father's Day, or Gamel, I guess actually is it supposed to be, on the Father's Day insert. Next out is Louis Castillo. Ian Happ for the Cubbies. That is on the Mother's Day insert, of course. See that little pink ribbon down there? Hey, you wanted Amed Rosario, right? Oh, here it is. Here it is. There's your Amed Rosario for the Mets. I hope you meant it here, and maybe you meant Topps Chrome. But if you meant here, then we have you covered early on. Gene, you said you're happy with any Reds card because you're new to this. You come up blank the first 4 times. You're not blank anymore, my friend. We got you that nice Louis Castillo a second ago. Craig Kimbrell and the Red Sox. Trey Mancini and the Orioles. Next up for the Cardinals, Tommy Pham. You're still chasing your Ryan and your Pudge. Yeah, those are both, a little elusive, but maybe we're going to get lucky. Maybe we'll get lucky and find one tonight. Victor Arano for the Phillies. That one is numbered to 50. Ah, you did. It was you. You did want Amed Rosario in here. All right, good. Then we were able to answer the call for you and hopefully for Gene, too. It sounds like he's got the Reds in this break. Here is another Miguel Gomez. This one is numbered to 50 for the San Francisco Giants. For the Braves, oh, it's a nice Ozzie Albies to 99. Atlanta Braves, I like that hit for you. Very nice. Phillies are doing quite well tonight. Here they hit with Aaron Nola to 99. So the Phillies are having a good little break. A redemption, which we'll look at in a minute. Another redemption. And a third redemption. We're going to leave them all upside down for a second. It's Troy Scribner for the Angels. I know you wanted Ohtani. I know you all saw the Angels go by a while ago and you thought, oh, it's Ohtani. It's Troy Scribner, though. I'm sorry. Then we have Rowdy Reed for the Nationals. Amanda, I don't think the Amed Rosario is numbered unless I called out the number. But you know what? We're going to recap it here in a minute, so we'll take another look at it and find out for sure. And Rafael Devers, that's a nice hit as well for the Red Sox. So, yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Pretty happy with what we have. But we're not done yet because we have 3 redemptions, giving us 23 hits in this case instead of 20. So I like that plan. I like the you get more hits plan. So what we're going to do, flip each of these over. We're almost certainly going to know the teams and where these go, but we will go to the Topps website and we'll verify the teams on each of these after we flip them over. And by the way, one of them is probably our case hit because I haven't seen that. Have you guys seen it? I mean, we had Don Mattingly, but I don't think that was it, was it? It was on a different card set, I believe. For the Indians, we have the clearly authentic red parallel Francisco Mejia. I know he's been traded. I know somebody there is going to type in there, he's been traded. but he's going to be, you know, the Indians on the checklist, which, again, we'll go verify. And the red parallel should be 250. Trey Mancini was a case hit. You are correct, but not the case hit I'm talking about. There's actually, sorry, there's usually 2 case hits in there, and one of them is like a retired legendary type guy. Of those, the only one we've seen that could have fit was Don Mattingly. However, the card set didn't look right, so I think maybe we're still going to have it in here. If not, it was the Don Mattingly would have been the second. Another red parallel, this is Noah Syndergaard. So if you have the Mets tonight, not only did you get your Amed Rosario, you got Noah Syndergaard too, and that should also be to 50 when it shows up. And I guess then Don Mattingly was our other case hit, because this happens to be Clint Frazier, who is a Yankee. So usually so it had to be the Don Mattingly, but usually the older player, the retired player, usually the card set looks different on those case hits, but I guess it had to be Don because there's no other in there that fits it, I can tell you that. Let's roll over here to, oh, I don't, look at that. I didn't know there was a retail, oh, I guess I did know there was Topps Archives retail. What am I saying? I'm thinking of, never mind. I was thinking Archive Signature Series. Sorry. Kind of went crazy there for a hot second. Okay, so Clint Frazier, let's find him. Where are you, Clint Frazier? Right there, New York Yankees, as we expected. Now we need to come down here and find Noah Syndergaard. There he is, Mets, as expected. Francisco Mejia, right there he is, as an Indian. So now we are all nice and happily verified, certified correct, if you will. Now let's recap. Francisco Mejia, Indians. Clint Frazier, Yankees. Noah Syndergaard, Mets. All redemptions, of course. And we have Devers for the Red Sox. We have a nice little hit here for the Red Sox again with Craig Kimbrell. We have Rowdy Reed for the Nationals. For the Angels is Troy Scribner. There's your Amed Rosario. He is not numbered, but that's all right. You still wanted him, right? You still want to give him a home, I think. So the Mets with Amed Rosario. The Cubbies had Ian Happ. The Reds have Louis Castillo. We have Ben Gamel. We have Dustin Fowler. Aaron Nola is to 99. Ozzie Albies is to 99. Gomez, this one is to 50. We've got a couple of Gomez in there for the San Francisco Giants, but that one was to 50. And then we have Victor Arano, Tommy Pham. Trey Mancini is one of our case hits, and this case hit always looks like this. The card's always that green color sort of thing that says Baseball's Finest All-Stars. So that is one of them. The other one we'll get to here in a second. There's your other Gomez. This one is numbered to 99. And then we have Austin Meadows, Greg Allen. There's our other one. But our other case hits, they just usually don't look like this. But it doesn't matter because this is really nice. It's numbered to 25. It's Don Mattingly for the Yankees. Doesn't really matter what the card set is. It's nice. And then Devers for the Red Sox, numbered 275. So that is our case. Oh, somebody's asking about redemptions. Okay, so Amanda, here's how this works. Let me give you a little info. Topps does it a little bit differently than Panini, but they both essentially are the same. Let me kind of show you. So, all right, obviously you see the front. Here's the important part. When you get this, you scratch off that silver part, and there's going to be a code underneath. You'll go to the Topps website and enter that code. Well, first you'll create an account on there, but it's free to create. You enter that code, and then it goes into their system that you are waiting for this autographed card. Now, a lot of times with Topps, they'll already have it by the time the product comes out. So you'll enter it, and then usually a couple weeks later, if it's Topps, you'll get that card in the mail. Now, if it's Panini, okay, that's a little different story. Sometimes you can be waiting weeks, sometimes you can be waiting months, and sadly, sometimes you can be waiting years. But with Topps, you usually don't have that long to wait. You know, maybe a month a month or two at most, but oftentimes only a few weeks with Topps. It's usually how it works. So we are cruising headlong into a full case of Topps Jumbo. Give me 1 second here to get the spreadsheet up again, and we'll get started on this. We've opened a ton of Topps Chrome, but is this our first case of Jumbo? Maybe. We've opened a bunch of Hobby, but this might be the first case of Jumbo. I don't know. I kind of lose track sometimes of what we've opened where. All right, if you did not see this before, here's what you need to know. Clearly Authentic and Topps Chrome, what we just opened and what we're about to open. Both I'm projecting to ship out on Tuesday, mainly because I have an appointment on Monday and I don't know how long it's going to run. And if I get out early enough, it'll go out Monday. If not, we're going to stick with Tuesday. Be happily surprised if I can get it to you faster. Let's do it like that. And, of course, don't worry about consolation cards in Topps Chrome. Tons of cards in this break. Everyone's going to pull cards. And Clearly Authentic, if your team didn't pull anything, whatever consolation card or cards you are due will ship with the rest of the break since it's a paid shipping break. 8 boxes of 2018 Topps Chrome Jumbo Baseball full case break. It is break number 5, which is number 5 of Topps Chrome. You know, not necessarily all of them have been Jumbo, in other words. And our team names are on the left with our winning bidders across from it on the right-hand side. And we are looking for a massive 40 hits in this case, because there are 5 autographs per box in Jumbo. So we're going to be pouring on the hits tonight. And what we need to hope for is that they're all awesome hits, right? We want only fire. Only the fire coming out tonight. We hope, anyway. Of course, we'll take whatever they give us because we don't have a choice. But I'm saying let's all collectively work the mojo, looking for all the fire. All right, so, Gene, are you out tonight? Well, congratulations on your Cincinnati Reds card, Gene. I'm glad we were able to pull that for you, because there is nothing more frustrating than going through a dry spell, which we've all done, but man, it's terrible until you get on the other side of it. So I'm glad we got you on the other side of it tonight, Gene, especially with my Cincinnati Reds, because I'm a Reds fan myself, so... Okay, we are going to take a few of these out of the packs before we start looking at them. We'll just open, I don't know, a handful of packs, and then we'll kind of do the same thing later. So somebody, see, there we go again. This is the same person who said, oh, cut all the boxes at once down the thing, which I tried, and, well, it didn't work. You all witnessed that a while ago. Said, don't pull the wrappers apart in the middle because it takes too much time and it's too loud. So I'm all right. Well, okay. How you want me to pull them apart? Grab them on the edge and pull them down the side. Well, look how that worked. Clearly, I am not cut out to do this the way that it has been suggested to me. So I may have to practice that if there's some awesome little trick to tearing it down the side. I don't know what it is. Gene, you were married at Great American Ballpark in front of the Reds dugout. How'd you swing that, man? You must know some muckety mucks there, huh? They let you get married at Great American in front of the dugout. I like that plan. So we're going to find a large number of refractors in here, and that is one of them. It's Jackson Stevens, and for the most part, guys, I'm not going to call out the refractors unless somebody just wants them called out. So you're going to know it's a refractor when you see that pretty little rainbow of colors. This is 30th anniversary card. We will find loads of them. Superstar Sensations, we'll find a lot of them. Both of those, the whole series refracts. Superstar Sensations and 30th anniversary. They'll all refract. Okay? And there'll be some other series in here that will also all be refractors that we'll talk about as we come across them. I won't necessarily call them out every single time. I'm just kind of sharing them with you the first pass through so you're aware of what you're looking for. So Anthony Santander is our first autograph out of box number 1, starting out with the Orioles tonight for our first official autograph hit. And I am aware that some of those go through upside down. If that bugs some of you guys, let me know. I will gladly flip them all the correct way if you prefer. Otherwise, I just tend to leave the upside down ones upside down unless they're numbered or autographed or something that is of particular interest to us. Then I flip them over. So I'm kind of the belief that the less you handle the cards flipping them around back and forth, the better off you are, but not everyone likes that. Future stars, Christian Arroyo and the Giants. We will find a lot of that insert. It will also refract. The whole insert set does. I see a redemption coming up. And these, of course, are called X-Fractors. I imagine you guys all know that. And you'll recognize those, of course, not only by the rainbow of colors, but also by the pattern. And the Orioles with another hit, because they're pulling out Chance Sisco this time. As we did with our other redemptions, we will, of course, verify that at the end of the break. But that's who it is. It is the Orioles for Chance Sisco. Got to trust me on that one. Matt Chapman and the A's, numbered to 299 with our purple parallel. Bowman Chrome release date. Oh, that is a good question. You know what? Let me see if I still have this sheet of paper over here. They changed these dates so many times. This may have even changed since I last printed it out. But if it hasn't, Wednesday, September the 5th. Now, they could obviously still change it between now and then. But as of right at this moment in time, the last date I have was the 5th of September. Ian's all happy. He goes, ooh, you showed the redemption up front. Yeah, you guys know I normally, with the redemptions, I keep them flipped over until the very end of the break, and I flip them all at the end of the break. But that one happened to be face up as we were coming to it in the pack anyway. So I just decided to be nice tonight. I showed it to you when it went through the first time. But Ian's right. I usually am more of a fan of leaving them to the end because I like to have something to look forward to. There's always that little pile that can give you that last little bit of hope at the end of a break. But tonight, that one snuck up on us face up, so we just let it roll through. Oh, and it was yours, too. You said you've got the Orioles tonight. Well, you're in good shape. We've had 2 hits out, and they've both been yours so far then. Not too shabby for the O's this evening. Freshman Flash, this is another one where the entire the entire insert set refracts, and we'll find, again, just lots and lots of them. Kutch comes out for the San Francisco Giants to 150 in the blue parallel. Getting a little bit of color, and there's a Victor Arano, which I had accidentally sat down without moving him into the refractor pile because I saw that pretty blue shining behind him. I got distracted by the blue parallel momentarily. So look at this. We got a bunch of hits hiding in these last little bit of cards, don't we? They're not wanting to, they're going to wait till the bitter end to show themselves. Tyler Mahle. Man, Reds pitching has just fallen apart. You know, what was that last night, by the way, with Robert Stevenson? That was just, I mean, how does the kid do so well in AAA and you bring him up and he just looks like he has never thrown a baseball before in his life? I just don't understand. Trevor Williams and the Pirates. But it is absolutely the curse of the Reds is pitching. You know, then we draft Hunter Green and you think, oh, there's hope on the horizon. Heck, he got injured already a few weeks back. So now you never know what's going to happen. But it is definitely the curse of the Cincinnati Reds is the pitching. Parker Bridwell, X-Fractor. Another hit for the Giants. This one is Chris Stratton. Our other Giants hit, of course, was a numbered card. This one, an autograph. My screen is trying to take a nap on me there. I've got so many screens set up to do these breaks. There seems like there's always one that's trying to time out and go into sleep mode. Oh, Atlanta Braves, you can start to rest easy because here's Ozzie. We've got half of who you're looking for. And the other half, Ronald Acuna. Hopefully we're going to find him before we get out of this break. And by the way, what was that last night with Richard Urena? I mean, if I had been on the Braves team, I think I would have just beaten that pitcher into the ground. And I am not a violent person, but that was awful. Awful. I mean, he hit the kid on purpose with the fastest pitch, mind you, that he has thrown all year long. A 97-mile-an-hour fastball hits Acuna in the elbow with it on purpose as the leadoff batter because he doesn't want him to have another home run. I mean, the kid was, setting records for how many games in a row he hit a leadoff home run. And so, Urena gets ticked off, going to teach him a little lesson at the start of the game. Bam, pops him in the elbow. I mean, the benches did clear. But I'm going to tell you right now, oh man, would I have been after that guy. Alex Reyes and the Cardinals, that's the black and white parallel. That was just, I just can't believe they would do that. That's just, I know there's all this weird stuff with baseball, and there's all this stuff about if somebody does something to somebody on your team, your pitcher has to retaliate, and you have to hit them, and whatever. But nobody had done anything to them. Urena just did that because, you know what, the kid's been playing so well and having fun and playing the game the right way, and he just didn't want to have a homer hit off of him, so he hits the kid. I don't think there's any place for that kind of nonsense in any sport. I mean, if you're going to hit him, hit him in the behind or something, which still would have hurt, by the way, with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. I guess we should just be lucky that it didn't hit him in the head, that he decided not to aim for his head or his face or something, but I just thought that was just the worst thing. That was just a terrible example of everything that is wrong with people that do, not with everybody obviously, but there are certain people in the sport who think that old school way of doing things is the right way. I obviously disagree. Exactly, SNS Design. I mean, there are kids watching, and true point. What does that teach them about being a good sport and about doing things the right way? I mean, Acuna had done nothing. He's just having fun playing the game. He just steps up at bat and plunk, here we go. I don't like you, kid. I don't want you hitting a homer off me. So, boy, oh boy, I'm surprised that didn't turn into a bigger brawl than what it was, because I'm telling you, if that had been my teammate, that would have been hard. San Francisco Giants, they hit again, Ryder Jones. So the Giants are off to a good start, as are the Orioles, and of course, the Braves, happy to see one half of their duo coming out already. Still looking for their Acuna hit, of course. But yeah, I could not believe that when I saw it last night. I mean, and there was sometimes, a pitcher will hit a batter and you look at it and you think, well, there's a chance that was accidental. There's a chance the guy didn't mean to do it. Absolutely no chance that he didn't mean to do that last night. Tyler Mahle, Cincinnati Reds. Of course, and I guess if you're a Urena fan, I'm sorry that I'm dogging on your guy, but but I don't think that was a good thing to do. For the Marlins, it is Justin Bauer to 299, purple parallel. You said, too bad they didn't leave him in to go up to bat to see what the Braves would have done. Yeah, you got that right. Braves probably would have taken his head off. I mean, yeah, that would not have gone unanswered. And I gathered that the general consensus was that it was not an organizational decision. In other words, nobody had discussed it with Urena. He just decided to do it on his own. At least that seemed to be the consensus. A.J. Minter and the Braves. Braves with a second hit. But yeah, you're absolutely right, Matt Buckeye. If they had left him in, oh boy, they probably would have drilled that guy right in the head. Indeed, SNS, it is bad karma to do stuff like that. I think you are correct about that. As in what goes around comes around kind of stuff. But, you know, I mean, there's a certain amount of, as I said, certain amount of plunking each other that they do. But it's usually not with such, I mean, I guess it's always with somewhat malicious intent or you wouldn't hit somebody on purpose. But, you know, it's usually more like in the butt and or just enough to brush you back or something like that, and not throwing hard and not actually trying to injure you is more what normally would happen. Here's Kyle Farmer coming out for the Dodgers, numbered to 499 with a nice little rookie refractor autograph. A little Clint Frazier on the 30th anniversary. Ooh, we have some color with this autograph. And it is Adrian Sanchez for the Nationals to 250. So yeah, I don't know. That's what distracted me yesterday with baseball. Acuna getting plunked. And then, of course, the disastrous pitching that started off the game for my poor beleaguered Cincinnati Reds, who I thought part of the way through the year were maybe starting to turn the corner until we just fell apart again. And we actually had a good first couple of innings offensively, as in we were hitting well. We still lost the game. Like, how does that happen? I don't know. You just never know. Oh, you like the Sanchez signature? I didn't pay that much attention to it. I'm kind of looking at it again now since you said that. It is certainly nicer than many of the signatures that we see from players of really any sport. So I'll agree with you on that. It's a little nicer. I always appreciate seeing a good signature. There was a Rhys Hoskins rookie refractor. Not signed, but still definitely worth having. A Shohei base rookie went through. Mr. Shohei Ohtani needs to show up. I don't know if we've seen him yet in, oh, there he is on 30th anniversary. I don't know if we've seen his autograph yet in Topps Chrome, have we? We've seen him out of some other products, but I don't think we've seen him yet out of Topps Chrome. Garrett Cooper, Marlins, black and white, negative insert, or parallel, rather. So I think he does kind of need to show up. Maybe we'll find him tonight. I would like to think so anyway. So, of course, we're going to open another case of Chrome Jumbo here in a few days on, what date did I say it was? Tuesday? Maybe? Yeah, Tuesday, I think. And then after that, after Tuesday's case of Chrome Jumbo, it'll probably be 3 or 4 days before we open another one. Because I've got a bunch of stuff we've got to work through. But I think I will try to get it finished before we get to Diamond Icons. And I think Diamond Icons might be next Friday. If it's not next Friday, it's the Friday after. But it's not. We're not too far out from Diamond Icons. Which, if you're not familiar with it, it's a very high-end Topps product that is so awesome. So awesome. Yeah, go look at some of the cards, you know, just like do a search for Diamond Icons, you know, whatever, Mike Trout, or Diamond Icons Aaron Judge, or whoever you want to look at. And you'll see some nice cards. Braves, we still don't have your Acuna, but look what we have. Another Ozzie, and this one is a nice blue refractor to 150. So the Atlanta Braves continuing to hit quite well in this case so far. Another Shohei base went by. An Ozzie Albies rookie refractor went by. Any Cardinals jerseys? Hi, Ken. Any Cardinals jerseys in the football break? Help me, guys. Who do we have in the football break? We had a guy who I can't remember his name, who was a Redskin. We had O.J. Simpson, believe it or not, for the Bills. Antonio Brown for the Steelers. And Ronnie Lott for the 49ers. And I'm super amazed that I remembered all of those, because most of you know that is rare. I usually, once we open something, I couldn't tell you 5 minutes later what it was, except for maybe part of it. But that time I actually got them. I'm proud of myself, sort of. Oh, and Randy was helping me out. He was typing in who the last one was. It just now popped up on my side. Dustin Fowler and the A's. So yeah, that's what our half case looked like tonight. And I kind of was, honestly, I was kind of feeling like we might have a Cowboys jersey coming tonight, but we didn't. But I kind of had the feeling that we were due to hit the Cowboys in the Leaf jerseys. But I guess my feeling, my intuition, my whatever you want to call it, was out of whack tonight, because we didn't hit a Cowboy. Which is kind of surprising, really, because there's a lot of Cowboys in Leaf stuff normally. I don't know why they're being so elusive right now in our half case breaks, but I guess I'll try up somewhere. Oh, you tried for the Steelers and didn't get them tonight? Oh, dang it. I'm sorry, Ken. Who did you have? Did you have anybody that did hit tonight? The Miami Marlins have a hit with Dylan Peters. I was kind of surprised that we found the O.J. Simpson. I will say that. But the Bills have been hitting a lot. Has anybody else noticed that in the half case breaks? That the Bills have come out quite a bit. I mean, we've hit Jim Kelly twice, or maybe 2 or 3 times we've hit Jim Kelly. And then the O.J. Simpson, and then some other Bills guy whose name I don't remember. A lot. Oh, you told me the Cardinals. You're right, and I forgot that you typed that in a while ago. Sorry. But as a whole, Leaf jerseys have been good. I mean, we pulled the nice Saquon Barkley a couple breaks back. That was money. And then we pulled the Calvin Ridley out of the first half of this case. So I always like it when we pull some of the rookies, because that, they're in shorter supply, usually in jerseys and helmets this time of year. They're a little harder to hit than they will be down the road. Edwin Diaz, black and white parallel for the Mariners. So I'm always happy when we pull our rookies out of jerseys. But as a whole, I've been pleased with the Leaf jersey cases. Just, as I say, we've been a little bit in short supply of Cowboys, I feel like. But there's always the next case, right? And then I'm thinking about doing some TriStar Game Day Greats as full cases. And those, like the Leaf jerseys, we do them as half because it's an 8-box case. But the TriStar Game Day Greats come in 5-box cases. So if we do some of those, we might just do them as a full case. I don't know. We'll see. If anybody, well, that's assuming my suppliers still have them. Tyler Wade and the Yankees, our signature hit there. And of course, Game Day Greats. We've opened a bunch of Game Day Greats, but we opened them all as single box breaks. We probably opened 20-something or more. Ryan McMahon, Colorado Rockies 2-5. How about that? And the Rockies sold like crazy cheap tonight, like $8 or something. I mean, it may not have been $8, but it wasn't much. It was, I think, below 10. And you have a nice Ryan McMahon rookie there to 5. Gomez coming out for the Giants. Giants have had a lot of autograph hits so far tonight. And they're adding to their tally right now with Gomez. Always like seeing that red come out for tops. Because, you know, some of those numbered cards, they don't have to be autograph hits in tops. As you guys well know, you pull the right player, those numbered cards are worth quite a bit of money sometimes. You're right, Randy. There have been tons of Giants. And more so than we found in probably any other break. Oh, the Rockies went for $22. Okay, there's somebody else I was thinking of that went for $7 or $8. I thought it was the Rockies, but okay, so it wasn't the Rockies. It was somebody else. Maybe it was the Tigers, because I'm kind of visualizing it. So I was just thinking about where it was on the spectrum of the team list. So it might have been the Tigers. But you know, there's certain teams that they just don't bring as much money if people aren't as excited about their rookies. And I mean, that's true of any sport. So it happens along the way. Except in Bowman, because in Bowman, hey, it's all prospecting. So we're all open to anybody we pull in Bowman normally. Oh, thank you for that, Ben Rudd. I appreciate it. You're having a family debate that says the coolest player name. Oh, wow. All right. So you mean of current active players, or do you mean retired players? Or I'm assuming we're talking just baseball, right? So, oh, who wants to weigh in then on in chat here? Help settle the family debate for S&S Design. Oh, Ben Rudd, you said you got somebody for, the Royals. You got the Royals for $11.50. Huh. Here's a nice little Shohei Ohtani blue parallel to 150 for the Angels. That's the one, right? If that had been to 5, the Angels would have been a lot happier if that one had been red, for sure. Now, see, I'll tell you a name that I always liked. It's an older player, of course, is Goose Gossage. I always liked that. For whatever reason, I just liked it. Goose Gossage. Lucas Sims, Atlanta Braves hit again. So the Braves and the Giants both are having themselves a little fun tonight with multiple hits so far. Here's an Angel with Troy Scribner. That is to 150. We're dancing all around it, Angels, and we're trying to get you where you want to be with Shohei, but we haven't quite gotten the ink yet. We're going to keep trying, though. We got a ways to go yet. There's a nice Aussie X-Fractor. Oh, this is nice. Blue Wave. Gleyber Torres and the Yankees to 75. That's another one I'm just going, why couldn't we have had ink on that? Come on, Topps. You're going to give us that pretty blue wave Torres and then we don't get any ink to go with it? That's criminal. Give us the ink. We like it so much better. So you guys all kind of are sticking with Mookie Betts and Manny Machado, huh? Okay. Ah, Der Blukenkopf is here. I didn't see you jump in before. How are you, Der Blukenkopf? Or Der Blukencat. It might be cat. I think it is cat. Oh, Kitness. Yeah, that's a good one too. Oh, why can I not get in this? Oh, maybe that's how they meant to do it. No, that didn't work either. I'm still going back to what I told you all before. Somebody told me to open the packs not by the middle, and I still can't figure out. I can't figure out the process by which that is supposed to happen, but even so, it would probably take me about 100 years to retrain myself, because look how many years I've been opening them that way. I don't know how successfully I will switch over, but hey, you know, we're open to trying it if it's more efficient. Mella for the Reds. Yeah, everybody's kind of sticking with Mookie Betts. Everybody seems to think that Mookie Betts is the coolest name in baseball. So, yeah, I mean, that is a pretty cool name, I'll admit it. The Marlins have another hit. This one is Brian Anderson, who's been coming out of everything in the later products that we've opened this year. Brian Anderson's been fairly plentiful. That looks like a short print, doesn't it? Let's see if it is. Why, yes, it is. The New York Yankees with Giancarlo Stanton. Oh, Catfish Hunter. Yeah, I forgot about Catfish Hunter. Nice, Gina. Nice addition to the conversation. I forgot all about Catfish Hunter. Yeah, Catfish was a good one. That's a throwback, too. Let's try this again. All right, so see, it just doesn't work for me. I just don't know what they're talking about. They say don't open it from the seam, open it from the side. I can't quite get a grip on it. Because see, every time I do it, that's all that happens. Is a little corner comes off. The whole thing doesn't happen. So now you know what's going to happen, right? I'm going to get a whole box of something, and instead of breaking it, which, you know, putting it in a mix break or whatever I was originally going to do with it, you know what's going to happen. I'm going to sit here at some point, and I'm going to open the whole box, just trying to figure out how you're supposed to open the packs from the side. Those are the kind of things that come up that then bug me, because I'm like, I don't get it. If it's more efficient, yes, I want to do it, but I don't get how it works. So I'll have to just pick out a product and sit there and open the whole thing. What torture that will be. Kidding. We all know I love to open stuff. I'll happily open it for myself somewhere along the way. Harrison Bader comes out for the St. Louis Cardinals. And there's a little Mike Trout refractor for the Angels. Suarez X-fractor. And for the Rays, we have a little black and white parallel. Okay, that is our halfway point, right? Yeah, it's our halfway point. So we've opened 4, and we have 4 left. We're cruising right along. We're not doing too badly on time, all things considered. Who is Oil Can Boyd? I do not know Oil Can Boyd. Oh, Yogi Berra. Yeah, that's another good one from the way back. But the question, S&S Design, how do you decide? What's the deciding factor? Because you said you're debating it within the family, so there has to be some way to determine like who wins the debate. So what's the deciding factor? And more importantly, are you winning the debate? You said that Oil Can Boyd played for the Red Sox in the 80s. I don't remember him at all. But you know what? The 80s is probably pretty much that whole time frame. I was out of baseball for a while. I just wasn't collecting. I wasn't watching much of it. I just went through a phase where I just kind of was over it for some years. And that probably... Oil Can Boyd must have fallen within that time frame because I don't remember him. There's Jack Flaherty for the St. Louis Cardinals. And there's a Dominic Smith rookie refractor, followed by an Ahmed Rosario 30th anniversary and a Superstar Sensations Bryce Harper. Here comes our first gold of the night. Tim Beckham. It's a gold wave for the Orioles to 50. Well, yeah, Babe Ruth is a cool name just because he's such a cool guy. I mean, I guess it maybe would have been a cool name anyway, but sometimes for me, I just associate it as much with the person or the player as anything else. So it's like, how do you not love Babe Ruth? So, of course, everything about him seems cool to me. Here's another A's hit. It's Paul Blackburn for Oakland. Whoops, I didn't mean to stack our gold wave in the wrong spot. Tim Spooneybarger. Is it Spooneybarger? Barger or Barger? Well, that's another quite unique name, to say the least. That's probably the most, I don't know if it's necessarily the coolest name, but it's probably the most unique name that I have heard, is that guy Spooneybarger or Barger, whichever it is. A relief pitcher. Yeah. Crazy, crazy names. All right, let's stop and look at these because I want to. I can't delay my gratification. I want to see what's in here. I've told you guys it before, and I still maintain to this day that I need a person who just during the breaks, I just want someone who will set off to the side and just open the packs. But the thing about it is this. Well, we'd have to fix it so you could see them on camera too, which would maybe be a little bit hard. This is Guerrero for the Marlins. Tehran, I'm assuming. And I think that would be the most helpful thing ever if someone were just setting off to the side, just opening all of our packs. Or better yet, a robot. I have a little pack opening robot that just like a little bitty one. I could just sit back there and whoosh, whoosh, just open the packs as we went. I would love that. Uh-oh. Gold Wave signature, baby. For the Phillies. That's nice. Scott Kingery. That's nice. Very, very nice to 50. We like that very much. Gold Wave, always a good thing. Scott Kingery, nice hit for the Phillies. I read an interesting article speaking about robots, not obviously realistically in that we would ever have one sitting there opening packs, but there was an article I saw earlier this week about, I don't remember what country it was in, but they had a robot set up and they had people interacting with the robot and having the robot do all these various tasks. And then at the end of the session, you were supposed to turn the robot off. I mean, that's what they tell you before you start. And then what they really did when it came time to turn the robot off was they programmed him to beg the people to not turn him off and to, like, say he was afraid of the dark and stuff like that, just to see how people would react and how many people would not turn him off if he begged to be left on, even though the instructions had been to turn him off and he's a machine. And it was quite interesting because there were quite a few people that did leave him on, and then they would ask him why, and they said, well, because he said he was afraid of the dark, or because he begged me not to, or whatever. So it was really interesting, that whole kind of scenario. Derblukenkot is saying, no, I need to have forced child labor. need to set the kid on the table and let the kid open the cards. Yeah, I don't know. Randy, that was your hit with the Scott Kingery. Yeah, man, that was a nice hit. The Tampa Bay Rays are on the board with Hunter Wood. Yeah, SNS, I agree with you. I thought it was an interesting experiment. I cannot recall what country it was in, but it was just in the news this week. I'm sure you could Google it and the article would come up somewhere along the way. But, of course, one of these days, probably in the not too distant future, you know, we're probably all going to have robots in our houses doing our house cleaning and other little chores and things. That is until they decide to, you know, develop their own consciousness and take over our houses and lock us out. Because, you know, there is that whole group of people that is very anti-automation because they do think that they will become like a sentient being somewhere along the way. Justin Turner to 299 for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Whoops. I have Castellanos was stuck to the back of the card in front of him. He was trying to be a little sly there, hide from us. No hiding for you, Castellanos. We saw you. Okay. We now have 3 boxes left, which means we have 15 hits left to find. You guys see, though, why I say if they would let us only buy the jumbo, I would only ever buy the jumbo. Because, like, who doesn't want all the extra hits? Everybody wants all the extra hits. They won't let us. No, you have to buy the other. Oh, well, that's all right. We had fun opening the Chrome, too, and we had some nice hits out of there as well. SNS Design, you said you're against self-checkout because it takes people's jobs away. You went to a place that didn't have a receptionist. It was a computer that told the person you had arrived. You know, it's interesting that you say that. I had an appointment not too long ago for some lab work, and it was at a new, there's a redemption. It was at a new lab, and I went to check in, and the same sort of thing. There was a sign that said you had to check in with the computer, and so I had to put, you know, it scanned my driver's license and it scanned my health card and all this kind of stuff, and then it still couldn't get me set up, and I ultimately had to have a live person come out there and do whatever they had to do anyway. But that was the idea. That's a Devers rookie refractor. That it was, you know, a deal where you wouldn't have a receptionist checking you in. But I don't know. As far as, like, I get your point about the self-checkout that it definitely does take people's jobs away. So I understand that side of it for sure. And sometimes I use it because, you know what, they just don't staff the registers that well anymore. And a lot of times, if you can even find a person who's working the register, the line is absurdly long. So sometimes I kind of have to go through the self-check. I mean, I don't guess I have to, but if I'm in a hurry, it certainly would be hard to wait. For the Nationals, it's Rowdy Reed. But of course, you know, we've been moving towards automation as a society for a long time, and some of it is good stuff. I mean, some of the automation is great. Some of it not as great. Not that it's bad to be automated, just that it costs jobs. But of course, kids in school today, they train for different stuff than we did when we were in school. You know, that's what kids today work towards, being programmers and all that stuff. So eventually it all shifts around. Always does. You know, the jobs that we trained for were different than the jobs that our parents trained for, and so on and so forth. Bryce Harper and the Nats, that is numbered to 99. A little 30th anniversary green parallel for Mr. Bryce Harper. Can't wait to see what he gets in free agency. I'm sure the Nationals are going to just pull out all the stops to keep him, and I imagine they probably will keep him. But I definitely want to see that contract number because it's just going to be crazy. Of course, part of that is fueled by the fact that they sign such long-term contracts as opposed to some other sports, but still. I mean, you know, talking about signing $400 million contracts. Here's another Scott Kingery, as if your gold wave signature wasn't enough. There's a nice Kingery refractor autograph to $4.99 to go along with. So just like that, the Phillies are having themselves a bit of a run here. Angels with Parker Bridwell. We're dancing all around it, Angels. We're dancing all around it. We keep pulling all your rookies, and we haven't pulled the one you want yet. Not with ink on it, anyway. Randy says, yeah, keep it working for the Phillies. Keep it coming. That's always the way it is, right? If you don't have the team that's pulling a lot of hits in a break, it's like, oh my gosh, they just do a terrible job randomizing. I'm guilty of this myself. And when you do have the team that's pulling all the hits, it's like, yeah, this product is awesome. I'm exactly the same way. We all are. We are all that way. But that having been said, they really don't have that much of them. I mean, they have had a lot of hits for a few teams in here. And this is Valera for the Cardinals. But that always happens somewhere along the way. There's always a case here and there that just, you know, ends up being crazy. Tanaka to 209, excuse me, Tanaka to 299 for the Yankees. Randy, I see that you said a minute ago, and I think I forgot to acknowledge it because I was probably busy thinking about the robot experiment. But you said you are looking forward to Elements tomorrow night. You know what? I really like Elements. I thought I was going to like Elements when I saw the order sheet for it. This is Elvis Andreas to 50 for the Rangers with a gold parallel. So, I mean, it looked awesome. But, you know, sometimes you can see those sell sheets and something will look great. And then you get it in your hand and you're kind of disappointed in it. Or the checklist is weird. Or there'd just be something that you kind of go, about. And I'm happy to say that's not been the case with Elements. It's every bit as good as I thought it was going to be, and I've really been happy with it. New York Yankees, we just got a nice one for you. There is Miguel Andujar for the Yankees. So yeah, I've enjoyed Elements myself, and we've pulled some really nice hits out of it. I like the metal cards the best, obviously. Well, I shouldn't say obviously. Some people might not. I'm not as fond of the ones that are the regular thicker cards that have the signed metal piece inserted into them, mainly because I just think the design of that card is not as nice maybe as some of the others, and also because the edges and the corners seem to be really beat up on a lot of them. Now keep in mind, what I consider really beat up might not be someone else's definition of really beat up, because I'm pretty picky about that sort of thing. I mean, not like get out a microscope or, you know, that kind of picky. I'm just saying I notice it more. So honestly, if I could say one thing about Elements, if I had the option to have them do one thing different with Elements, it would be to just make the entire set metal cards. Because I think those are definitely my favorite. Maybe they're not everyone's favorites, but I suspect that they kind of are. But I was a little bit surprised. A lot of people said that they didn't really do very well with Elements. And, you know, I didn't make money on all of it, for sure. I didn't. But I still enjoyed opening it, so. Randy says my grading scale goes to 11. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just from looking at cards all the time. I really tend to notice even the least little imperfection on it. And it doesn't necessarily bother me in the sense that a lot of my own cards have them, and it doesn't like freak me out or anything. It's just part of it, and I know that it is, but at the same time, I definitely notice it. Garrett Cooper for the Marlins. And I mean, honestly, it's always, in the thicker ones, it's always more of a challenge to get them out with good corners and edges. But at the same time, there are certain series that you can just almost count on the corners and edges just being no good all the way through. Trevor Bauer to 99, Cleveland Indians. One of those that comes to mind is black gold, by the way, in football and basketball. I'd say the backs of probably 2/3 of those cards, if not more than, have, you know, chipping and stuff. There's a Kingery as well for just a rookie refractor. Have chipping and stuff along the edges and whatever. And it's because, you know what, they use those dark colors, and the least tiny little thing just pops against that dark background. They should always use a white background on the back. Then it wouldn't show up and be so distracting, in my opinion. There's another little short print for us. This one is Rizzo for the Cubbies. And who have we here? That's Tim Anderson for the White Sox. I shipped out that awesome Red Sox patch today. Many or most of you remember that patch from the other night in Immaculate Baseball. It's on its way to its new home. Man, that thing was nice. I should have taken a picture of that before I sent it out. I don't know why I didn't. I was kind of in a hurry, but I still should have. Anthony Banda and the D-backs to 499. I have a picture. I have pictures of a lot of the good hits over the last couple of years, but then I never did anything with them because I never took the time to put together an Instagram page or anything like that. So then over time, I've kind of stopped taking pictures of them, but I need to do that. I need to get Instagram set up and Facebook set up and etc. One of these days. Oh yeah, SNS, I'm with you. That was the most awesome patch ever. I was I admired it again today before I got it out the door as I was sorting and things on that break. I was just like, oh, that's such a nice patch. So nice. We have a blue wave for the Dodgers. It is numbered to 75, Mr. Chris Taylor. So what's the final score of the Packers and the Steelers? Did my Steelers continue to allow the Packers to score at an alarming rate? Did the Packers end up with 100 points before the game was over? Probably. I didn't get that game in my market, so I couldn't watch it. I had the Jets Redskins game in my market. Vieira for the White Sox. So, yeah, it was, I did see on a headline that popped up on my iPad that Mason Rudolph threw a pick 6. And then, of course, you guys told me the disaster that was the score. So, apparently, the defense that we've allegedly been working on since last year apparently just must be terrible again this year. Because why in the world did we let them score 48 points? And probably a whole lot more since then, since someone last told me. But anyway, insanity. You'll be my IT guy? Oh, are you a web designer? I need to hire somebody to build my website. If you're a web designer, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I'd like that. Gallegos or Gallegos, whichever, for the Yankees. The important part is it's a Yankee, and it's yours if you have the Yankees. So you probably know how to say his name, even though I don't. $51-34. That sounds like the score of a basketball game at halftime. What in the world? 51 points we let the Packers put on the board. That's just pitiful. That is pitiful. Did you get to watch the game SNS Design? Did Jalen Samuels play? And if he did he play any better than he played in the first preseason game? Because he did not really have much action in the first preseason game, nor did he do very much with the limited action that he did have. And I've kind of been looking to Jalen Samuels to kind of be my sleeper guy this year, but if he doesn't play better than that, he's not even going to make the roster. Austin Hayes and the Orioles. Of course, I didn't mind having the Jets game tonight. I wanted to get a good look at Teddy Bridgewater, so of course I didn't get to see a lot of it because I was getting ready for the break and then we were doing the break, but I did get to see a little bit of it anyway. We have 2 more redemptions. Those we haven't flipped. One we did flip earlier sitting back there as well. So we'll flip the remaining ones, of course, at the end of the break, and then we'll go to the checklist for all right now. What is all 3 of them? We could find more in here. You never know. Oh, you checked. Oh, SNS, that was so nice of you to go check the score just for me. Thank you. I appreciate it. Ben Rudd, you watched the game, but you didn't pay attention to the Steelers part. Well, of course not, because you're a Packers fan, so that makes perfect sense. But tell me this: how did your Packers rookies play? What was your assessment of your Packers rookies? Oh, and by the way, I heard that Nick Foles went out tonight with a shoulder injury. And, of course, they were not sure that Carson Wentz was going to be ready to come back for week 1. So, if Carson Wentz isn't ready to come back for week 1, and Nick Foles is out with a shoulder injury, you know who that leaves him with? Christian Hackenberg. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Christian Hackenberg. Because they signed him the other day. I don't know for what purpose. I mean, I assumed just to have an extra arm in the preseason and stuff like that. But that is pretty much, yeah, they're going to be a little messed up there if Foles is going to be out for any length of time. So Jamon Moore dropped a few passes. The defensive backs had some solid plays. You should say J for Jamon Moore. All right, so your rookies had a decent game then. All right, well, that's good. Always good to start off well. Numbered to 99, a little Chris Bryant rookie debut manufactured patch or manufactured relic, whatever you want to call it, for the Cubbies. Chicago Cubbies. I thought that was the refractor, but it wasn't. It was the one behind it. I saw the wrong one shining at me there, didn't I? Did Randall Cobb play tonight? I'm assuming they didn't play a lot of their first string guys, so Randall maybe didn't play, but if he did play, I would be interested to know how much they went to him anyway, how much he was utilized if they had him in. And I'm assuming it was probably mostly Hundley. Did they put Deshaun Kaiser in at all? Or was it all Aaron Rodgers probably for a few series and then Hundley? I would think maybe they gave Deshaun some. I don't know. To 99, Gleyber Torres. Parallel for the Yankees. We've already seen Adrian Sanchez come out of here once, but if you have the Nationals now, you have a pair of Adrian Sanchez. One for yourself and one to give away, and I just put him into the sleeve upside down. That's going to bug me. I got to fix it. Because, yeah, then when it went into the top loader, it would go into the top loader upside down, and that would just bother me. Might not bother you if you got it that way, but it bothers me. Oh, no, he missed a touchdown. Oh, man. You're talking about Deshaun Kaiser, I'm assuming, right? Rodgers hit Graham for a touchdown. They played Hundley a lot. Kaiser some. Oh, you mean, oh, so maybe you're saying that Randall missed the touchdown. Oh, you are saying that. Oh, that's too bad. Oh, man. Randall Cobb. What happened to you, brother? I don't like that. I don't like hearing that. I don't want that to happen to Randall Cobb. I want him to play more and play better. Let me see something. Was that a short print? No, it wasn't. I was looking at that Chris Sale that we just pulled, but it's not. It's the regular card. For some reason, it caught my eye. Well, man, if you have got the Atlanta Braves tonight, you've loaded up on Ozzie. You have a couple of autograph hits for him. One of them was blue, I believe. We'll see it in the recap. And now you have the black and white negative as well. Orioles. Hey, we've got you a Blue Wave signature of Austin Hayes. Numbered to 150. You're still missing Jordy Nelson. Yeah. Jordy got traded to the Raiders, right? I think he's a Raider now. But you knew that. I mean, one of them was going to go. We talked about that before last season even ended. I said, no way they're keeping them both. One of them's going, Jordy or Randall, and I wasn't sure which one it was going to be. Morales to 99 for the Blue Jays. I was really kind of hoping that they would play Deshaun Kaiser a decent amount tonight because I really do think that kid has potential. I mean, Cleveland just threw him to the Wolves and it was just too much for him too soon. But I don't think the kid's totally done. They just need to get him sorted out up there. Jordan Luplow for the Pirates. So I kind of wish he had gotten more reps. But it sounds like they were mostly going to Hundley. There's an Acuna X-Fractor at least. Of course, we've got a couple of things to turn over still yet, too. So for redemptions, there's still some possibilities in there for that. You sold your Jordy Certified Mirror Black Quad 1/1 autograph in the off-season. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to probably sell a bunch of my Le'Veon Bell stuff. Most of the time, though, I keep my stuff even if my players change teams because I like now, see, what? I don't know. Still trying to figure out the other way to open those. Because it's usually, you know, I still like the player even if they go to another team most of the time. But I don't know. This whole contract dispute thing for 2 years running with Le'Veon, I'm just kind of like, oh, I think I might be over you. Chance Sisco and the Orioles. Now, we already had a Chance Sisco before that was a redemption. So apparently, Chance decided to sign part of his cards and then take a little holiday and never finish them. So you've got one live in there, and you have got one redemption per Chance. Sorry, that's a refractor for Jay Bruce that I stacked in the wrong pile. Atlanta Braves continue to pile up the hits. Max Fried. And we're closing in on it, but do keep in mind that we have some redemptions yet. So it could be that even though we're winding up, that you still have a hit waiting for you. Let's see. We've got a bunch of recapping to do with 40 hits and a lot of color. You know that's going to take us a little bit of time. But first things first, redemptions to flip over, redemptions to go verify on the Topps website, and all such as that. Chance Sisco first out, we know is going to be an Oriole. And of course, that's the refractor version where you've got him live in the product on the non-refractor already. So, oh, Aaron Judge, how about that? Yeah, that was worth waiting to flip over. Rookie debut medallion card autograph parallel. That's nice. Yankees, you were already happy because you had Andahar. Now you're significantly more happy, I imagine. And Walker Buehler coming out with a purple refractor autograph for the Dodgers. Guess I could have written that a little smaller, huh? I don't like that. Write it huge and run it off the edge. Well, that's why I write it on the sleeve. So your card, you can just take that off and throw it away. And you don't have to worry about the fact that I completely, entirely placed that in an inappropriate amount of space. Like, I don't know what I was doing. It's late, man. I'm tired. I don't know. Anyway, we've got to go over to the checklist here. Not that one, but we got to get into the right one. Oh, I don't even have you brought you with me. Now I've got you with me. We'll try this one more time. Yeah, see, because I stayed up last night. After the break, I stayed up until, oh boy, it was, I don't know, close to 3 a.m. And then I was finally like, no, I got to go to bed. But I was trying to get stuff sorted and ready and out the door. So, I mean, I'm trying, guys, but I finally did get tired. All right, so we're looking for Chance Sisco. Right there he is, Baltimore Orioles. We're also looking for Walker Buehler in this list. Walker is right there, Dodgers, as we expected. Now we've got to go find our rookie debut medallion card, which, of course, is Mr. Aaron Judge. I can't imagine that anyone would not know that Aaron Judge was a Yankee. But in case you didn't, there it is, New York Yankees. So we're all officially verified here, and now we're going to do our recap. After we do the recap, I will put up the spreadsheet information one more time for anybody who's interested in that. Talks about anticipated shipping dates and consolation cards. We'll do another pass through the breaks that are coming up over the days ahead, and we'll do one final pass through the Leaf Greatest Hits, but that'll all be after we do the recap. So our redemptions, Chance Sisco for the Orioles, Aaron Judge for the Yankees, Walker Buehler for the Dodgers. Our relic in here was Chris Bryant for the Cubbies. That is the rookie medallion card to 99. This is what the Aaron Judge will be, except it'll be the autograph parallel, but it'll be a card that looks very similar to that. Next, we're going to take a look through our non-autographed colors, so and black and white, of course, both in here. So we'll kind of just do a quick little fly through. That obviously is not color, but it is a short print for the Cubs. Also in here, we will have a short print of right there for the Yankees with Giancarlo Stanton. There's the nice Ohtani to 150. The Ryan McMahon to 5 is pretty awesome for the Rockies. Anytime you pull 1 to 5, it makes me happy to see them come out all nice and red like that. Now on to our giant stack of 40 autographs. Marlins, Reds, Angels, Braves, Giants, Yankee, Marlin, A's, Braves, Nationals, Dodgers, Braves, Reds, Giants, Braves, Giants, Pirates, Orioles. Braves, Orioles, Pirates, Orioles. You detecting a theme here? Nationals, Yankees, White Sox, Diamondbacks, Marlin, Yankee, Cardinal, Angel, Philly, National, Ray. There's that nice Philly of Scott Kingery that is the Gold Wave autographed 50. Marlin, the A's, the Cardinals, and the Cardinals. So that is our break for tonight and our recap for tonight. Now, as promised, let's get our spreadsheet information up one final time. Because you know what? People sometimes jump in the middle, or maybe you fast forwarded to get to this point or something if you're watching the recorded version. So once again, the paid shipping breaks tonight of Clearly Authentic and this Chrome Jumbo that we just finished up. I'm anticipating to get out the door on Tuesday. I would like to get it out to you sooner, and maybe I'll be able to. But I know I have an appointment on Monday that I think will take a while and will slow down my shipping on that day. So I'm going to say Tuesday to be on the safe side. If I can get it out faster than that, I will. And the jerseys tonight, free shipping stuff, I generally project to go out in about a week, which is exactly what I did there. And I think I can probably get those out a little sooner than that. But again, to be safe, we'll say Thursday. If you happen to not pull any cards in Clearly Authentic, your consolation cards will ship with the rest of the break because it's a paid shipping break. If you happen to get skunked in the jersey break, typically I'm going to hold your consolation cards. I track it for rolling 90-day period. Normally I'm going to hang on to them until you do have a package coming your way. But if you don't want to wait, you just drop me a message. Let me know. I'll slap it in a plain white envelope. We'll put a stamp on it and it will head your way. Tomorrow night we've got a lot of memorabilia coming. Most of it is from the recent national show. It was exclusive for that. It's an autographed basketball, an autographed batting helmet, an autographed full-size football helmet. We will break our last case of Elements football tomorrow night and another case of Clearly Authentic, as well as a case of Crown Royal basketball, which comes out Friday. And guess what, guys? Jason Tatum and Donovan Mitchell are in it live. Yes, they are. No redemptions for them for the first time in like forever. They're live in Crown Royal. On Saturday, we are going to do a triple play box. Those are always fun. 3 autographed items in one box, a baseball jersey, and a photograph. And then we're going to open 2 cases of Unparalleled. So it's going to be a 16-box, 2-case Unparalleled break on Saturday night. Sunday, we'll open another case of Leaf autographed jerseys. It will be the beginning of a new case, a 6th case of Clearly Authentic, and then we'll finish up the Allen and Ginter. So once we break the end of it on Sunday night, there is no more Allen and Ginter after that. On Monday, we'll open a Gold Rush autograph full-size helmet, some more Crown Royal basketball, and another 2-case break of Unparalleled football. Tuesday, we'll find us opening another triple play box, another case of Clearly Authentic, and another case of Topps Chrome Jumbo. So that's what we look like for the week ahead. One more quick pass through for our Leaf Greatest Hits. Once again, still trying to fill these. I'm about to give up on these. I mean, maybe I'll go through tomorrow night, but But if we're not making some significant progress, these are just going to go away, and we'll reconfigure them probably as random team fixed price breaks or something like that. But as it stands right now, it is a case of 2017-18 Leaf Greatest Hits basketball. Also, we would be opening 3 gold and 5 silver VIP packs. As you can see, most of the teams are still available in here. If you're not familiar with Leaf Greatest Hits, it is not Leaf cards, okay? I mean, there are Leaf original cards in there. In the case of basketball, there's a guaranteed autograph card from either LaMelo or LiAngelo Ball or Kyle Kuzma. But these are buyback cards, okay? So these are cards from like Topps and Panini and Upper Deck, and they're usually very high-end cards. They're quite often autographed, and you can pull some hits worth a lot of money out of these if you get the right player and the right card. So Leaf Greatest Hits football is the other case break that we're looking at. And same scenario, 3 gold and 5 silver VIP packs in addition to the case. We've made a little more progress on this one, but there's still a tremendous amount of unsold teams, so I'm not really holding out a lot of hope that it's going to sell in the team format. I think we're probably going to end up having to go something like a random team fixed price kind of deal. And then finally, Leaf Greatest Hits Baseball. This one happens to be from 2017. It is not a full case. It's just the partial case because that's all they sent me when I ordered it at that time. 1 gold and 2 silver VIP packs to be opened with it. And once again, not a lot of progress in the last few days on this, so I'm leaning towards all of these just going to a different format. But we'll wait and see what tomorrow brings. And if you are interested in any of those teams that did not have a username next to them, all you need to do is jump onto eBay, send me a message, tell me which team you're interested in, and if we can get that thing filled up, we'll break it, and if we don't, then, well, you know, we'll change it up a little bit. So, Benrud, you said there were no Brewers, Royals, or Tigers. No, there were not in autographs. Boy, I don't remember in the color. Of course, we went through most of that, but you might have some stuff over there somewhere in the refractors and things like that for some of your rookies. But it doesn't sound like we did a very good job pulling stuff for you tonight, did we? I'm sorry about that. We'll have to make it up to you tomorrow night. Maybe we can pull some extra good stuff for you, I hope. Hopefully, anyway. You never know what's coming out of these things. But I always try to work the mojo for you guys and gals. So anyway, I guess that is it for me tonight. So once again, thank you for joining. I appreciate you being here. And until tomorrow night, take care now. Bye-bye.